Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you're returning, welcome back. Really appreciate all of you for joining us here for another Fire Fun Friday. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through an easy set it and forget it income generating strategy that you can start with $1,000 or less. Just a disclaimer, I am not telling you guys what stocks to buy. This is what I would do if I were to start over and build an income portfolio from scratch. I have gone through a lot of trial and error buying many different stocks before I figured out a low cost, highly efficient, high income investing strategy that I'm going all in on. So let's check it out. On this channel, I talk about all things finance, wealth building, and how you can achieve the life of your dreams through financial independence. If you want to join me on this journey to financial independence, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, let me quickly go over why someone might want to build an income portfolio instead of a pure growth portfolio. There are many sides to the argument, and I personally would not say one is better than the other, but each has their own purpose, and it's their differences that makes investing so amazing. Everyone can tailor their investments for their individual needs. With growth investing, you should have a longer time horizon so compound interest can build up your portfolio to the point where you can sell your investments without touching the principal. You want this portfolio to grow as large as possible since you will have to sell some of it to live off the income. Growth investing will offer greater returns in the long run than income investing. But if you're checking out this video, I'm going to guess you want to generate passive income to live off of. But why do you want to do that? Are you trying to create some passive income to help cover some bills now? Are you retired and want a consistent source of income without having to worry about market conditions or selling your investments? Or perhaps you don't want to wait 40 years before you can sell your investments to live off of without worrying about running out of money. Whatever the reason, I'll show you my strategy for generating passive income you can actually live off of using the least amount of money to get you to your goals sooner. Here, we are using a portfolio visualizer. I will show you some of the most popular monthly paying income stocks and how you can get started with $1,000 or less. If you checked out my quadfecta video, you will know about some of these stocks I'm talking about. The first stock is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. This is a real estate investment trust, or REIT, stock, which is basically a company that invests in real estate and pays out the monthly income in the form of dividends to its shareholders, which will be you. This is one of, if not the most popular REIT out there. It's been around for over 25 years, paying out every month non-stop, even through a pandemic. The first example will be if you invested all $1,000 into this one stock. If you've ever wanted to invest in real estate and collect rent checks every month, without ever having to own a house or deal with tenants, you might want to consider looking into this stock. The next investment is Qyld, a low-cost covered call ETF that pays out big bucks every month. This is a favorite among retirees or those close to retirement. Usually, they will rebalance some of their investments into this stock because of its consistent income. When you're closer to or in retirement, consistent income becomes more important than growth. The second example is if you invested all $1,000 into Qyld. The last example is if you built the quadfecta. I spoke about this in my previous video, which I will leave in the description below. The quadfecta is basically a portfolio that is evenly distributed into 4 monthly high-paying covered call ETFs. My 4 stocks of choice for the quadfecta are Qyld, NUSI, RYLD, and DIVO. This combination offers us a bit of growth with minimal loss of income. Here, we can see how the 3 portfolios compare. These are all assuming dividends reinvested as well. Realty Income has the least growth of the 3 portfolios over the last year. Sometimes this happens in real estate. I have experience owning a rental property. Sometimes, after repairs and taxes, you make very little money at the end of the day. You might even lose money. But at least by owning a REIT, you didn't have to pay $3,000 to replace a water heater. Next up, the pure Qyld portfolio did a bit better with a 10% return. And lastly, the Quadfecta portfolio did the best with a 14% return. These returns are just based on growth of the initial investment. If you add the reinvested dividends to the equation, the Qyld portfolio returned 17.4%, and the Quadfecta portfolio returned 24.7% on a $1,000 investment. But growth is just icing on the cake for our income portfolio. What we really want to see is the income generated. Realty Income only paid $39 last year, while Qyld paid $105, and the Quadfecta followed closely behind at $85. You're probably wondering about the large discrepancy between Realty Income and the others. This is because Realty Income costs $70 a share at the time of this video. You can only buy about 15 shares compared to the 40 shares of Qyld you can buy for the same $1,000. With income investing, the number of shares is a huge factor in how much income your portfolio generates. That's why the Qyld and Quadfecta strategies focus on quickly building up an income portfolio through buying low cost but highly effective income stocks. But you're probably thinking $100 a year is nothing. I can't do anything but buy me a few dinners. Well, you're absolutely right. But if you didn't spend that money because you don't need it during the building phase of your journey, that $100 will buy 4 more shares of Qyld. Those shares then in turn generate more monthly income. Your money will start making more money, all while you keep contributing to it. We all have to start somewhere. It may not seem like a lot now, but if you invest consistently every week, you'll get paid more and more every month. Look at it this way. Investing is just giving yourself pay raises every month. Will your job give you a raise every single month? Probably not. So pay yourself first, and later your money will pay you. And that's the most efficient strategy for the shortest path to passive income for life. Let me show you how I put this into practice with my real passive income portfolio that I call the F.I.R.E fund. Every week I show you guys exactly what I buy and how much income it generates. I start off every week by purchasing 4 shares of SPYG. This is how I incorporate a little bit more growth into this income portfolio. The 4 shares I purchased also pays me an annual dividend of $1.91. Next, I picked up 3 shares of DIVO. This stock is a little bit more expensive than some of the other covered call ETFs in the portfolio, but it does offer more growth potential than the others as well. The 3 shares increased our annual income by $5.31. Last week I picked up 9 shares of NUSI, but this week I only picked up 3 shares, but I'll be sure to ramp it back up for next week. This week's purchase increases our annual income by $6.43. Below that, I picked up another 10 shares of RYLD. This is one of the most cost-effective income ETFs you can get, next to Qyld. RYLD offers a low cost of entry at a nice 25 cents per share. This week's purchase increases our annual income by an incredible $27.80. Individually, 25 cents doesn't sound like much, but when you compound it and have a lot of shares, it adds up quite quickly. Next up, I picked up 2 more shares of Qyld. Last week I said I was still not sure about owning this stock because of its lack of growth, and I'm still working on getting comfortable with purchasing it. I will slowly build my position in the stock over time though. I picked up 2 shares this week, which is better than last week's 1 share. The 2 shares generates an extra $5.54 annually, which is really good for an investment of less than $50. Lastly, I made another large purchase for Horizon Technology. The price showed some weakness this week, so I picked up 14 shares, bringing our total shares up to 115 for the portfolio. This increases our annual income by $16.30. It's the second week of September, and my goal this month was to invest $1,000 consistently every week. So far, I'm still on track. Last week, I spent a bit too much, but this week was pretty on point. This week, we increased our annual income by an incredible $63.18. Now that I am laser focused on the quadfecta strategy, my passive income will jump week over week. We achieved a growth of 3.67% over last week and pushed our annual dividend income to $1,782.94. By next week, our dividend income will be over $1,800 annually, and at this rate, we should break $2,000 by the end of the year. Like I said, this is a slow process, but week by week, my money is giving me a pay raise. Now, even if you only have $100 to start, just get started. My portfolio was only $100 at some point, and it's been growing week by week, month by month. They say the best time to invest was yesterday, and the next best time is today. I may have modified that quote from somewhere else. I hope you enjoyed this video and possibly helped you out in some way. If it did, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's free and it really helps out the channel. Oh, and if you made it this far, here's a little Easter egg. Type quadfecta is awesome in the comments below. I want to try doing a giveaway on the channel as a thank you to everyone who watches, and this is probably how I'll pick the winners. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.